Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning into the iTech Report. My name is iveriani. Hope all is well with you. Happy Friday, guys. So, I wanted to talk about real briefly why artists, MCs, you should pay your producers. I'm an advocate of producers because I feel like a lot of producers get slighted, well known, up and coming, in between, underground. And hands out here, especially MCs, and I've heard this throughout the years, are thinking they slick, going behind people's back and say, oh, I'm not paying for these beats. Oh, I'm not paying for this. You want the beat, you love the beat, you know the beat is going to make your cadence and sound and delivery sounds even 10 times better, but you don't want to pay the producer. The producer actually kind of has to go back and forth with you or argue with you to a certain extent about their worth. It's not cool. I remember back in the day, I heard about an artist directly, and I'm not gonna name any names. He told me he wasn't paying for beats, and you know what? The word got out through major, hip hop producers and stuff that he said he wasn't going to pay for beats. So you know what they started doing? The producers, they started avoiding him. Then he wondered why he couldn't get placement on his album or his mixtape because you put it out there that you didn't want to pay for beats. I don't understand how artists, well, I understand they're selfish. MCs, artists could flash. They have many cars, huge houses, all this jewelry, etc. Talking about they balling, but you're not paying your producers well. Business is business. We all have to eat, but we don't have to rob each other. That shouldn't be part of the business. We should make sure everyone is good, and that is including the producer as well as the MC. So I think what it is a lot of producers are fed up and tired of putting out their price and not being paid for their work. Let's be real. Production is not easy. I've seen it from managing producers. It's easy for them to make because they're genius, they know it. But as far as like the equipment is not cheap, the software at times are not cheap, the time, the effort to get it. Producers have their own creativity. They know how they want their beat to sound, especially when they shopping it to MCs, artists, or whatever. They know how they want it to sound. You know, I'm not saying that producers are the only one that's getting cheated on. Artists are getting cheated on too, because sometimes the producer will overcharge. It has to be a balance, guys. Like, for real. You know, if you haven't built your roster throughout the years or worked with a lot of people and you're just coming up and no one knows you, you shouldn't be charging like tons and tons of money. It has to be realistic. It has to make sense. It has to be simplified. That's how I see it. But nevertheless, if you're an MC out here, if you are a singer, pay your producers. And I will tell you this, if you can't pay, do some type of agreement. That's if the producer is interested. If the producer is not interested in doing a barter agreement, move on to the next. Somebody else will take up on your offer, especially if you're a talented artist. You know, they'll work something out. But to be an MC, singer, all of that, and you expect producers just to give you beats, and then when they give you a price, you like, no, especially if they nice, especially if they know they worth, make it make sense. We got to help each other out overall, you know. Can't be out for self. There's a lot of selfish MCs out here, and there's a lot of egotistical and narcissist producers. Well known, in between, underground. They are. Let's be real about it. But the question that I have for you, if you are a producer, if you are, mainly I would say, if you are an MC, how do you want your legacy to be known when you're not here anymore? That you didn't pay producers for their music? That's not the legacy you want. He was fire, she was tight, but she ain't pay for no beats. He ain't pay for no beats. That's not cool. This is what people don't realize. You have a legacy to withhold. You're not thinking that right now because you are still alive and you're making music. You're not thinking. You got a lot of MCs out here fronting like they have it all and they don't. Flashing jewelry and all of this, and you're not even paying the producers their cut, or you're avoiding them. OMG! Like, I read books and heard stories of the shenanigans, and you'd be surprised of well-known producers avoiding paying other producers or paying. Oh my goodness. Just in general. Don't be that type of artist. Don't be that type of artist. In the words of my mother, Helen, she said, your name is all you have. Your name will go farther than you'll ever go. You know? Anyway, guys. Pay the producers. Stop being cheap. We in 2022. People are getting money out here. A majority of them. Some people are not. But make it make sense. Have a good day. Take care. Be well. And yeah. It is what it is.